Today's January 11th, 4:12 a.m. on a Thursday. I traded uh, Euro USD. Trading one essentially equals to trading everything else. It's just that the formations will be slightly different if the uh, forex pair is essentially independent of other forex pairs. So there's another word for that, but that's the way it is. Um, Uncorrelated is the word. So I've been monitoring this. this I have been monitoring this trade for a little bit. So essentially, this is the entry point, which is marked by this little diamonds here, and it goes all the way up to the point where I sold here. Luckily, based on a long trend, but I had to weather through some serious amount of side action. Now, the reason why I entered here is because I put the purchase order outside of this box. Okay, I put it on the outside of this box to make sure that this is equal to this. But what happened was it grabbed my order and then started to go the opposite way. And then it went back up, and then it dropped again, and then it came nearly almost, um, it almost blew up my count right here at this point. And that told me, my size was way too big. And then after it reached here, it started to move to the other direction. And then finally, it broke out at this point right here. And it started to move up. And at a point where I felt comfortable with accepting the gains, I sold here. The interesting thing, what seems to be happening is that without this stimulation, without this occurring, which means that something happened at this point in the world that caused the market to move in this direction. So in between from here to here, what seems to be happening is this. The market moves. The market is neutral at this point. It's neutral. It's whatever the news is out there is just neutral. It's right here. It should be placed at this point right here. That's where it needs to be. However, the market requires liquidity in order to satisfy everybody on the planet. Everybody who's on the planet is trading the forex pair, and in order to satisfy them, even though there is no stimulation that would kick this candle level up to one level or the other level, it remains within a range. So what happens is that this goes up, grabs all the buys, okay, all the sellers. It grabs all the sellers, and as soon as it grabs all the sellers, now it grabs all the buyers, okay. It grabs all the buyers. So the buyer here is grabbed when it goes down. And then after it grabs the buyers, it grabs more, and then now it grabs the sellers, buyers, sellers, buyers, and then sellers all the way up there. It grabs it like that. And so essentially it satisfies the broker, it satisfies the commission that's required. It satisfies the savvy trader who will take 95% of the money that the 5%, the 5% of the people will take 95% of the people's money, and the 95% will lose this money. That's the way it's going to work. That's how this liquidity works. And unfortunately, I sold way too soon right here. That could have been another. That could have been another. Boy, that could have been another $80 right there. That could have been another 80 based on the number of lots that I have, which is equal to 3 lots. So what happens is that the way that I trade is that sure, there's a box here, right? And so if I were to insert another box, this is another box area right there. This is another box, and it just shot up. It just moved up. And when it moved up like that, I mean, it just moved up. So this is where I sold, and this is where it is currently. It moved sideways, and it just shot up. And you can tell based on this candle that when it escapes the box, it escapes it ferociously and to another range over here.